Hi there, me Perry at the Kelmer Chronicles again, episode 37. The top 10 things you don't want to take to the Philippines. These are stuff that I wouldn't take to the Philippines with me, okay? This is going to be a quicker video than 36. I'm sure you are laughing about that. Those who've recently subscribed, thank you so much. Really appreciate having you on board. For those regular viewers, nice to have you back. And we are raring to go. So if you want to know more, hang around. Okay guys, welcome back. Thank you for staying. Okay, as of the last episode 36, I mentioned that things were starting to open again. This is really good news for us. And this is why I'm still pushing these videos forward, because I have a hope that everything's going to be all right soon. I've got to keep that way because I want to go back and see my family. I want to go and enjoy myself and have a great time. And I'm sure all of you do too. A lot of you have been stuck, as I have. I do sympathize with you. And those of you who had plans to go during when all this broke out and you got stuck, I truly sympathize with you, especially your first timers. You must have been really looking forward to it. Anyway, let's start with the video. It's another top 10. And we're going to start with number 10, shampoo. Okay, why am I saying you don't need to take shampoo with you? Well, you can buy all the major brands there. There is no difference. There is no, oh, this doesn't work as good. It does. It's rubbish. It does work as good. The shampoo is a normal thing. It's just an extra weight that you take off your luggage. Okay, so just go when you get there, go to one of the local supermarkets, buy some small packets, buy a 100 or 200 or 400 milliliter bottle, whatever you need for your stay. So you definitely would not need to carry shampoo. It's just extra weight. Okay, moving on to number 9. A lot of talk about shaving gel and razors. A lot of people talk crap and they'll say that the razors aren't as sharp for the branded ones, that the gel isn't as good. That is pure and utter claptrap, rot, rubbish, or in English, bollocks. The razors I've had no issue with, and I have very, very tough stubble, okay? You've seen some of my videos where I haven't shaved because it's like using a lawnmower on thick weed. It's, you know, so I need a good razor. I don't have a problem with the branded ones there. And if you did, you could go to one of the S&R shops, which they get most of their stuff from the US or the UK or whatever. So they are good. It's just rubbish. Claptrap that you're hearing. So yeah, shaving gels and razors, you don't really need to take. I don't know about the disposable ones. I just use the head disposable. So the hand disposable ones, that's another thing. Okay, moving on to number 8. Toothbrush and toothpaste. There is nothing wrong with the toothpaste there. It's the same as everywhere. You know, they don't put poison in it. They don't put, oh, you're going to give them less because they're Filipinos. That's just ridiculous. That assumption is stupid. And somebody mentioned that toothbrushes, they are not as good. They're not as strong. They're not as... That's all to your particular taste. I mean, you can take your own with you if you're a specific person who needs a specific toughness to the brush. You know, I need an extra hard bristle because my teeth need to be brushed until they're at the back of my throat. I don't know. I think it's a bit daft to say that you don't need them, that you need to bring your own. Unless you've got specific dental needs, you can buy toothbrushes there. They do the same job. I haven't had a problem. And if you are worried about it and you don't have one with you, or somehow you lose yours or it gets fouled, you can always go to one of the big supermarkets or super chains. They've got them there. You can go and get them in Manila or S&R, which is just like Costco in the US. So that's just rubbish. You don't really need to take them with you. They do have them there. We spoke about razor blades. So that was at number 7. We spoke about razor blades already, so I'm not going to go back into it. But at number 7, it's razor blades. You know, if you're using the full disposable ones, I've never used them, never had to. I use my own, you know, the one where you pop the head off sort of thing and you replace the head. I couldn't tell you whether they're any good, but I don't see that they're going to be bad. I can't see them being less sharp, less effective. That logic doesn't ring true with me, because they're usually made abroad anyway. So there you go. At number 6, spray deodorant or antiperspirant. Now, I use stick roll-on most of the time when I'm there, and I use a top quality, high brand one. But that's me. That's just personal preference. You can get a branded, which we all know, because in UK they're called one name, in other words, and in the US they're called another, and in Europe they're called the same as the US, which begins with an A, has an X in the middle. You know where I'm going. And an E at the end. That brand is available in the Philippines. It's just as effective. You can get the other brands, you know, the big names, the sporting ones. You can get them all there. You don't really need to carry them with you. I would just carry a small one just in case for emergencies. But you don't need to like take tons of bottles or tons of spray cans with you. Okay, at number 5, you don't really need to take a travel iron with you. Some people do. Yeah, they're quite lightweight, but they're bulky and they're always going to be there. Most hotels will have irons that you can borrow or use, and most places you can get your laundry done and they'll iron it for you. And if necessary, you can always borrow an iron or buy a dirt cheap one. They've got lots of dirt cheap ones there, you know, throwaways. Excuse me, for me, it's just more bulk and more carry. Remember, these are things that I wouldn't take with me. Okay, you don't necessarily have to follow this. Okay, moving on to number 4, excessive clothing. Now, when we travel, we always tend to either travel light or we travel too much, with too much stuff, bulky. I like to travel light. A wife is the opposite. She'll fill up my bag as well as hers and everybody else's with her stuff. You only need to take with you what you really need. If you're only staying there a few weeks, I would take just what you need. Remember, you can get your laundry done in any hotel quite cheaply. You know, your cargo shorts with zip pockets, as I've said. And if you need more, the good news is, though you may have problems within the provincial areas, the provinces, you won't have so much of a problem in places like Manila or Cebu. Manila and Cebu have big shopping malls. Those big shopping malls have international branded stores. Okay? The big US names, the big UK names, the big French and Spanish names, they're all there. Even the German name brand ones, you know, for the shoe companies and that. So you don't have to worry too much. They've got them there. Yes, in the provinces you may have a problem finding sizes to fit, but you won't have that problem in the bigger cities. So you can always stop off in Manila for a day or two before moving out to the provinces and buy the excess that you want to carry with you. It just saves you humping it all the way there. Okay, that's just my decision. At number 3, what we call flip-flops, what I believe the Aussies call thongs. Not what I call thongs. You know, the old flippy floppies. Let me show you. These silly things. Okay. You can buy and bring with you, they're relatively lightweight. You could buy the good quality ones like Havaianas or another branded name. You can take those with you, yes. But if you didn't want to, you can buy them in the Philippines. It's their national footwear. They are everywhere. They will have your size. And I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, unless you've got extremely, enormously large feet, I wouldn't take them with you. You can buy them there, and they're relatively cheap. And they're throwaway. So, you know, it's one of the things that I wouldn't take because of bulk. All right, at number 2, sanitizer. With all this COVID and everything, we're all using sanitizer like mad. Really, for your travels, you'd only need one small bottle. I wouldn't go nuts and buy millions of them because the Philippines has ample enough amounts of sanitizer and it's dirt cheap. You wouldn't need to do it. Okay, moving on to number one, and here is the biggest one. This is the one that I believe everybody should leave at home, even me. Okay, I have had to leave it at home. And number one, ego. Right, when you go to the Philippines, you know, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Try to check your ego. Either leave it on the plane, leave it at home. Go there with an open mind. Try to enjoy your time with the Filipinos. They are good people. Try to keep an open mind about things because the cultural differences will be immense. I'm going to do a video on that very soon. Try to keep an open mind. Try to stay focused on what's good. Don't get upset. There's going to be a lot of things that may upset you because it's unusual to us in the West. And just try to enjoy your trip as much as you can. The more you integrate with the locals, the more you're going to enjoy it. It's good to have Filipino friends because when you're going to go pay prices, you won't have to pay skin tax. Whenever you want to go anywhere, they're going to be great guides, great translators for you. And generally, if you find a good one, they're going to be good friends for life. Someone always willing to help and be by your side. You know, you don't have to pay them. That's bullshit. You know, you got to buy them a little trinket every now and again. Buy them a meal. They're all right. They're good people, remember. No different from anywhere else. Just got different cultural traits. Okay, that's it for this top 10. It was shorter than the other one, thankfully. I'm sure you're glad. I'm going to do another live stream soon, and I'm going to have episode 38 out soon, which I'm going to do very soon after this one. And I'm going to try to talk about cultural differences between the West and that part of the world. There are some, and they're quite amusing, and some are quite more severe. So just stay with me, and I'll see you on the next video. From me, Perry at the Kellner Chronicles. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Every like helps the channel. Really appreciate it if you could. It only takes a click. It doesn't cost you anything. Thank you so much for staying and watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.